now we are much better than the God of the Bible. I mean, in the Bible, you have these recurring droughts that the people of Israel do something wrong, God's become angry, drought, no water. And now Israel has built in recent years a huge desalinization factory on the shores of the Mediterranean. And most drinking water in Israel today actually come from these plants, from these factories. So we can make God as angry as we like. I mean, he can stop the rains. We don't care. We still have water because science has managed to go way beyond the expectations of the ancient Hebrews.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Makakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations unto the 144,000. This is your brother Kyle here, back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So, just listen to a clip here with this devil. You know, you've all know Harari, right? Made his blasphemous statement, you know, stating that they can make the God of the Bible as angry as they like because they create water, you know, which is ridiculous because, I mean, we know the Lord is the one that, you know, gave them everything that they have, regardless of how they think and feel, you know, even the knowledge, right? But first I want to start off, you know, strong in the book of Job, right, dealing with this because it shows the proud mentality of these devils, right? So this is Job 21:7. It says, "Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are mighty in power," right? "Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the wrath of God upon them," right? "Their bull generate, and feel it not. Their cow calveth, and casted not off Salakia, and casted not her calf. They send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance. They take the timbrel and harp, and rejoice at the sound of the organ. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave," right? So before I continue, all of this is like an example of how these devils lives, right? These devils live, right? Because as it mentioned in verse 7, right, they became mighty in power because we know, according to the story with Jacob and Esau, that their blessing, right, was not only the sword, right, for them to become mighty in power, but also the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth, right? So which also establish the other, you know, precepts going down, right? Because it speaks about the offspring, you know, they're going to see the offspring, right? Because they don't have major family issues like us so-called black people, you know, because where, you know, they made the nigger woman believe she don't need a man, X, Y, and Z, right? So they fighting for the children, or it have some of them that don't even want to see their children, and you know, all this drama, you know, they have the house, everything, and they live in lavishly, right? It's a their houses are safe from fear, neither is the wrath of God upon them, right? Because why? They have the money to, you know, fence around the house, build it nice, proper, safe for the children, you know, all these things, right? And then it also speaks about the wrath of God not upon them, right? But we know that wouldn't be in terms of, you know, punishment, because why? You know, the Lord say he chastises his sons, right? Now we get chastisement, you know, on a daily basis, because why? We continue to disobey as a people, right? Because quickly, when you go to the book of Amos, right, I believe it's chapter 2, no, not chapter 2, it's chapter 3, right? It says, "Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Right? So the Lord said He will do that to us. So, what is iniquities? Iniquities is sin upon sin. Right? So the more we continue to sin, is the more the Lord chastise us. But we see these devils doing wicked things on a daily basis, and they don't get punished for it. That's why, because the Lord is not dealing with them. Now, don't get me wrong, they're gonna get their punishment, right? They're gonna get their punishment. That's gonna deal with all the abominable things that they're doing to us and the rest of the nations upon the face of the earth. But to say the Lord punishing them on a daily basis, the Lord have done that, you know, because even way back in the garden, right, when these devils, right, were known as the serpent nation for what they did to Adam and Eve, right, when they tricked Eve into, believing that false story that he told her, you know, and then she later carried to Adam, as well as when he was killed, for what he did to his brother Abel, the Lord hasn't punished him severely for that, you know. So it's leading up from all the way back then straight up to now, right? That's why this devil gonna have a serious debt to get, because and serious judgment, for all the atrocious things he done over the years, right? Especially to the nation of Israel blaspheming the Lord, you know. But it goes down. It says, Salakia. I'm gonna just take off this here. Yeah. So at the same time, when it goes down and it reads in verse 10, it said, their bull gender it, and feel it not, their cow calf it, and cast it not off a calf, right? Meaning they have good herds, They say they send forth their little ones like a flock, and the children dance, right? Because the children happy, they ain't have to worry about none. They have the funds to raise them, give them everything they need, what they want, all these things, while we struggling out here, right? It say take the timbrel and harp and rejoice at the song of the organ, right? So they rejoicing because them living nice. They living nice. They say they spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave, right? In a moment they go down to the grave to die easily, peacefully, while we out here being gunned down by our own kind, or as well as them or the other nations, that is how it goes, right? That is how it goes. So now in verse 14 it says, therefore they say unto the Most High, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways, right? What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have if we pray unto him? Lo, their good is not in their hand, the counsel of the wicked is far from me. So you see the same thing I said, the counsel of the wicked is far from the Lord, right? Because isn't that what the devil just said, right? The guy say, we have a plant, that makes water, and that's what the Israelis, right? That's what they mainly use, right, as a water source, so they can make the God of the Bible as angry as they feel like. If he stop the rain, so what? That just goes to show the mindset of these devils, right? Their pride. You understand? They are prideful. They're on a next level kind of pride, because that's why he said, depart from us, right? Him saying, we don't need the God of the Bible anymore, is literally saying, depart from us, right? We don't desire your wisdom, because they tell themselves the wisdom that they have is what they gain of their own volition, right? When really and truly, the Lord is the one that gave it to them, right? The Lord is the one that gave it to them. So let's go to the book of Obadiah, right? There's also something I want to grab in there, because there's not to be a long lesson, just something through the Spirit, right? It says in Obadiah 1 and 3, it says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me to the ground, right? So the pride of the heart, right? Because that devil is speaking with pride. He dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, right? Because they come up from the Caucasus Mountains, right? But now the habitation on high, right? because the Lord set it up, this kingdom, to the basis of men, which are them, right? They are the ones that ruling right now. They are the basis of men. They are the lowest of the lowest, of all the races upon the earth, you know. But they have the audacity to ask, who shall bring them to the ground, right? Who shall bring them to the ground? Well, the Lord is the one that's going to bring them to the ground, right? Let's get that in Malachi and close off, right? I always like to link these two precepts together because, hey, it's yapa. Let's say, read from verse 2. This is Malachi 1 and 2. It says, I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Said the Lord, yet I loved Jacob and hated Esau, right? So this also shows that the Lord hated these devils, right? And actually, through the Spirit, I'll bring this one out. It's Exodus 17 and 16 or 16 and 17. Right. 17 and 16. Right. I'll just read the point. It says, for he said, because the Lord had sworn for he said, because the Lord had sworn that the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, will have war with Amalek from generation to generation, right? And for us brothers and sisters, we know that Amalek is the head tribe of the nation of Edom, right? So these devils, right, that we see in here that run in the world, right, are the Amalekites, right? Now, when we read the book of Obadiah, right, let's just check it back quickly. I think it's verse 7. Actually, it's 8 and 9. Let's read it quickly, right? It says, shall I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter, right? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever, right? So this also speaks about, Jacob and Esau, right? Which leads up to this day, because, hey, we are Jacob's children, right? The Israelites, the true Israelites biologically, and they are the biological children of Esau, Edom, right? When it says destroy the wise men out of Edom, who was he speaking of? The names right there in verse 9, Teman, right? That's another tribe of Esau, right? Esau is the Salakia, the Teman tribe is the wisest tribe out of Esau, Edom, right? So this is what I'm saying, right? That is why the Lord say, they shall be dismayed, right? Because that's supposed to be the wise tribe out of Esau, out of Edom, Salakia, and they will be dismayed about the times that is to come, So this devil will brag about, these things that, that they accomplish, but they only accomplish it because of Yahweh Shemir Shai. When the Lord started do so much spiritual things that they can't even explain with this science, right? Because we've seen it all now, right? These devils already start to be, they're already baffled about all the things that are going on right now, They know that the time is short, right? According to Salakia, Revelation 12 and 12, right? This devil know he have a short time, They understand that much, but to explain it scientifically, they can't do that, because this is spiritual matters, and these devils are carnal people, right? That's why the Lord is going to cut them off for the violence against their brother Jacob, which is us, which I was speaking about earlier. They doing all these things, regardless, because even in the same interview, right, this guy spoke and mentioned that, he don't care, they don't care about how people feel or something like that, Let me see if I could get it. Yeah, this is it here.
Get rid of the body.
I don't think life has any meaning. So in that sense, it's not a strong counter argument. I know that many religions and philosophies have based the meaning of life on death and what happens after death, but I think these are all fictional stories.
Right? So he don't believe the importance of life, right? Now, this is a devil clearly speaking, because the scripture also speaks about, right, he that is cruel unto himself, to whom shall he be good? Roughly paraphrasing, because I mean, just by the statement, it shows that they just pushing forward their plans regardless of what happens to their own kind, right? The other nations, and far less for Jacob, right? Because their ultimate goal is total control. So how much ever people die and suffer and whatever it is, they don't care. You understand? They don't care. And that's just the mindset of these devils, right? So the violence that they're doing against Jacob, right? That's why the Lord formed this BRICS nation now to take them out, these devils, right? The Lord gonna take them out because they are on a different level. Their punishment been booked, right? The Lord say he had war with Amalek from generation to generation, and he was coming soon to an end. Right, so let's finish off Malachi, right, and look to close out, right? So it's saying verse 3, right? And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness, where Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, right? So these people are the border of wickedness, right? The border is what the beginning and end of something, right? So they are the wicked, right? It says the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever, right? So you see, it's speaking about the same people the Lord see at war with Amalek from generation to generation, right? That is the indignation, right? Indignation is righteous anger, right? Because these devils continue to be prideful, do all these things, blaspheme against the Lord, and expect to get away with it. You understand? But hey, they prideful speech, the way of the mouth, the actions, everything is coming soon to an end. Right? It's coming soon to an end. The Lord gonna put them down. Right? So with that, I would like to say Shalom.